What's up, everyone? It's Keen here, and yeah, I know I said I would stop making criminal case videos, but um, I don't know. This has been very highly requested, and I just kind of want to get it over with, and hopefully I can move on from this for good. But if not, oh well. So this is going to be a tutorial, basically on how to, you know, be a little bit more creative in Photoshop. More so specifically, like how to get like full body images of characters and things in criminal case. And it's a little bit more difficult than most people anticipate, and it's a lot more work than most people anticipate. Now, there's actually two ways specifically on how to get like character models themselves. There is an easy way, and there is a very annoying hard way. Now, the easy way gets the job done. It gets pretty much what you want or what you need. However, the hard way has a lot more customization. You know, you can do things a lot more thoroughly, and it's a lot cleaner. And in my opinion, is the better way. But if you want to go with the easy way, that's perfectly fine. So let's start by actually doing this. So I am going to leave a link in the description to a folder, like a download link for a bunch of things. There's going to be a folder, and what you need is you're just going to need to extract that folder. It is a it's a RAR type-based folder. I'm sorry, I'm doing this in like one take, but I actually left WinRAR in the folder itself, but I'll leave a separate link for that in the description below. Now, you're going to need all of these programs listed. You won't need these. These are just examples. Same with this. Is just an example photo. In fact, I'm actually going to delete that. You're going to need to start with SWF setup. So you're just going to open this up. You're going to click run. Just give me a little verification thing. Oops. Okay, we're good. And now this is completely in German. I do not know German. All I know is you need to press this button over and over again until it gets to install. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it. And then I'm just going to open it to the side real quick. And then it should pop up this once you download it and open it. Now, obviously, this doesn't, this probably, oops, a doodles. That probably doesn't help much, but we're going to get to the next part, which is getting actual files, SWF files. Now, I guess this could technically be considered leaking because these are documents from the game itself, but I don't think it is. Personally, I don't think it is, unless you seriously dig into every nook and cranny, which I don't think most people will be capable of, so I'm not worried about it. But what you need to do, I'm going to leave a link in the description to this as well. It's just a basic link, and what you can do is you can change the city to whatever season, so seasons 1 through 5, and same with this. So 5 is the city season, and 52 is the case number. So this is case 52 is season 5. But let's say, for example, you wanted to do something from Mysteries of the Past. So you go season 4, 452, 452, and I can bring up case 52 of Mysteries of the Past. But I'm already here, so I'm not going to waste my time. So we're just going to do something of case 52. Now, don't worry, this can't really be leaked. If I go to case 53, if I try to go ahead, it just says not found. Luckily, this is the one thing that Pretty Simple has kept pure, which is good, I guess. But what you want to look for is you're going to hit Control and F on your keyboard at the same time, and you're going to search up NPC underscore. Just going to type that in. Now, the capital NPC is not what you want. You want the ones with lowercase NPC. So for this example, we're going to go with Jennifer Russo. Actually, I already have it downloaded, but I'm just going to provide this as an example. So what we're going to do is just going to copy this or hit Control C or whatever. And then what you want to do is, if you're using Google Chrome, you can do this. I'm not sure with other web browsers, but you can just right-click and click Duplicate, and that'll duplicate this. Won't change anything. Then just take out this last part and replace it with this, and it should prompt you to download something. I'm just going to let it download. Now, if it doesn't prompt you to let you download something, and it instead provides a if it opens the page and actually provides the source itself with all of the animations, I will get to that in just a minute. But if it has, and you've already downloaded SWF player, you can just open this, and it should go through, it should scroll through all of the animations for the character. Nothing seriously complicated. You can full screen it, and as you can see, provides that. You can click, it's P, I believe, yeah, to play it. If anybody is curious, here are the controls right here. Anyone wants to pause and just read that. But obviously, this isn't a full body picture or anything, and it's not exciting. So, next thing you're going to do is you can move it around with this little thing. I find this heavily inconvenient though. So what you want to do instead is just go to full screen, and you can just move it with pressing, I think it was Control, yeah, Control and your arrow keys. And as you can see, Pretty Simple does not intend for people to do this. So for the full body images, they don't worry about that. But anyways, if you want to get the entire picture in frame, all you have to do is click the minus key on your keyboard, continuously go out until it's fully in frame. And if you want to zoom back in, you can just, I think it's just Shift, yep, Shift and plus, the plus key on your keyboard, or the equals key on your keyboard, and it'll do the exact same thing. And then you can just scroll through and find whatever you want. But like I said, a lot of these aren't cropped well, or cropped fully, mainly because they aren't needed to be. So, like I said, this is the easy way. Now, let's say that you're having the problem that I just discussed a second ago, and you're gonna need to get a link. So what you wanna do is, here, let me just get this. Just take this entire link with the new code. So for this example, it's the NPC Jennifer Russo. Just copy that, go back to File Opener, click Open Movie, just paste it right here, click Open URL, and it'll give you the exact same thing. Sometimes it bugs out and does this. Oops, I keep doing that. Sometimes it bugs out and does that. It's not the end of the world. You just restart it. Actually, in fact, I already have another one open. There you go. So you can still scroll through and figure out whatever you want. So let's take the situation. You want to use this, just as an example. I've also left a link in the folder. It's not a link. It's a file for a program called Lightshot. This is optional. However you want to capture the picture. But if you use Lightshot, what you can do is you can freeze your desktop, and it'll actually freeze everything that's going on, and you can just select the area that you want. Now, I'm actually not sure if this is recording it right now, but you'll get it once, you'll know what I mean once you actually use it. So I have my little section selected, so we'll go into Photoshop, we'll click New, get the file size for whatever you want. I actually have a stock one, and I also, to people who don't have Photoshop open, or like they don't have Photoshop itself, there is a file in the folder for Photoshop. I don't think I've tried that one specifically, but I think it should work. But give it a try. If there's any problems with it, let me know. Anyways, I'm gonna paste this in here. As you can see, looks fine. What I'm gonna do is, so you paste to Control V. I'm gonna select all, Control A, and use this tool. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, just so you guys can see it. Now this is called a Quick Selection Tool. I'm gonna hold the Alt key so it goes to minus, and I'm gonna drag along, and as you can see, it cuts out most of the spots. And I'm going to continue to do that so it makes an outline of the character itself. I'm going to also use Alt to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to make this smaller by using the bracket key on my keyboard. I'm just going to take that little spot out. It doesn't have to be pixel perfect, at least in my opinion. And there are a couple extra spots. Might as well just clean that up a little bit here too. It kind of auto-detects it as well. And that's good enough. So what I'll do is I'll copy that, Control C, and I'll paste it again, Control V. And I'll take this away. And it's not perfect. I actually did kind of a messy job on this. But like, this is just an example. You know, obviously you're going to be a little bit more thorough if, you know, you want to take this seriously or something, you want to make it for your design. That's one way on how to do this. This is the easy way. And like I said, the quality's good. It's much better than anything Pretty Simple has to offer in-game, but obviously it could be better. It could be a lot better. So let's talk about the hard way. Now, this is so difficult that I can't even explain it in detail. So I'm just gonna have to give you a brief description because I haven't done this in years, literally. Adobe Animate 2017. Haven't done this in so long. So there is a file called Adobe Animate 2017. There's a little thing called Setup. And I'm just gonna, yeah, whatever. And you're gonna need to make an account and everything and sign into Adobe. Go ahead and do that. And once you're in, like there will be a lot of redirects and things like that, but you will eventually be able to, you'll get a full list of apps, and this should work for pretty much any of them. And by the way, this video is made for educational purposes only. I'm just doing this as a way for people to, you know, be able to make more designs and everything like that. Not trying to get sued, but you guys can just like get your Adobe ID and everything. And eventually you'll get to the point where you can download Adobe Animate. So there should be like a try button, and just install it. Install it, but do not open it. And then along with this file, there is something called Adobe SNR Patch Painter. I'm going to open this. You're going to turn off the really annoying music. There's a music off button. And don't worry about setting this. You're just going to click Patch. Can I find the file? Search for file. Yes. It should redirect you to something like this. Don't worry about that. Just go to local disk C, or whatever your main disk that you actually downloaded Adobe Animate is on. Program files, Adobe, wherever Adobe Animate is. For me, it would be right here. There is this file right here. It needs to be specifically this file. Click open, and I'm not going to do it because I already have it patched. And then it'll just give you this whole thing, and it shouldn't, like, it gives me a warning because I didn't do it, but for everyone else it should work perfectly fine. And then once it says patching done, you can just close out, and you can stop worrying about that. And then I'm going to open Animate. So we're going to open that right now. Gonna give it a minute. Now, for the first time, users are going to have to configure this a little bit, but I'm just going to show you what I have. So here's my HTML canvas. I'm going to click Control N. Here's my background color, frame rate 60 FPS, roll units pixels, width and height is 2400 by 3000. And once you're done setting all of this for the HTML5 canvas, just click Make Default, and it'll keep that the next time you make one. So now you have this. Now, this only works if you were able to download the links, and if not, try using a different browser. Like for me, for Chrome, it just automatically downloads SWF files. So you're going to go ahead and click Control R, and then just find wherever it is. It was automatic for me because I've already done this tutorial and messed it up. But as you can see, we have everything here. Oh, did I move that by accident? Yeah. So here's the cool thing. All of these parts of the characters are completely movable. I have told, I think one person. I've given one person this full tutorial. Funny enough, that person is one of my favorite artists. It's Mikey-chan. He does like really awesome artwork on Instagram and everything. He's a really cool dude as well. So you can mess around with all this. You can do whatever you like. Literally. Oops. Perfect timing. But like you can mess around. You can actually have a lot of fun with this. But you know, you can just move things around to however you desire. Like in case you don't want these extra hands and things, you can just delete this, and there you go. So let's say I'm happy with this. I want to render out this frame. So I'm going to click Control, and I'm going to hold Control, and I'm going to zoom out with my scroll wheel. I'm going to use this button, this mode right here, Free Transform Tool. It's also Q as a shortcut. I didn't even know that until now. Click Control All, and whilst holding Shift, and that's very important, whilst holding Shift, and the same goes with Photoshop when you're trying to move things properly and like stretch things out. Because if you don't hold Shift, it's going to be, if you don't hold Shift whilst moving it, it's going to be weird aspect ratio, as you see. And it'll be very hard to get it proper. So whilst holding Shift, move it out a little bit, click on Advanced Settings, Match Contents, and I mean, I'll just live with this. And then what you're going to do next is click Export. And it keeps freezing. Don't worry about that if that happens to you. Then you'll be left with this or whatever you use to render. I'm just using this as an example. You can use something else. Make sure it's PNG 24 for both. Make sure transparency is on, so it doesn't come with a background. and then I'll just type that in there. And then we'll head back to Photoshop, and we'll open it up. So we get Russo, copy, and paste. And as you see, like I said, the quality difference is so astounding. And not just because it's bigger. It's bigger because I rendered out a bigger quality. It depends on how you render out the picture. But the quality is also indistinguishably better. I'm not sure if I said that properly. As you can see, like, the pixels just, there is no competing. This is so much smoother, it's better overall. I did this very, very poorly. This, like, if you do it properly, it should not look like this. I just did that very poorly because I'm doing this quickly. So, after that, a lot of this is just practice with Photoshop and programs in general. So, you kind of just have to work with what you give, or with what you're given. So, make sure that, you know, you're practicing around with it, messing around. And I hope you guys make some awesome creations. And like I said, I mean, I don't really do this anymore because I do this if I absolutely need to. Like, I'm probably going to send this video to Trevor because he actually wanted to start making thumbnails himself. And in case you guys don't know, I've been making the majority of the thumbnails, or before, after case 30, before the afterwards of case 36, I usually made all the criminal case thumbnails. And, like, I think I can show that. Like, they would look something like, if I can find it. Here, let me just, let me find it real quick. Something like, what's a good example? I'm trying to find, like, the old files, but I remember I deleted them all. Oh, I know what I can do. Here, I'll get one I actually... Yeah, something like this. So if you want to make thumbnails like this over time, you know, it's just practice. I made it for thumbnails. I've made Photoshop creations. I've done a lot. I don't do it much anymore. Like I said, I'll probably send this to Trevor in case he's interested in making thumbnails like these. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of, like, time actually practicing. But if you put a little bit of time and effort into it, you'll come out with a good product. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Send me, your little creations and your little doohickeys, and let me know if everything worked out well. If you had any problems, let me know. I'm not any technical expert or anything, so I can't help out with everything. So, I can't fix every problem in the world, but I'll try to fix what I can. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I'll see you later.